All right, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to take a look at another way to do markup and markdown problems. And what this way does is it lets us go from the original, the whole, to the selling price in one step. And by doing that, what we're looking at is right here. This is the part that's a little bit different. In this problem, the 1 represents the original price. Because when I'm paying for something, so let's pretend I'm doing a sales tax problem. When I go up and pay for that, I'm paying 100% or 1 of the item, the cost of the item, plus, in this case, an additional 8.25% of that item. So it lets you do these without having to do, you can go right from the beginning to the end without having to do it in 2 steps. So let's take a look and see how this is going to work. It says Games Galore Superstore buys the latest video game at a wholesale price of $30. So this wholesale is your whole. That's the original. The markup rate is 40%. So it says mark up 40%. You use your allowance to purchase the game at the store. How much will you pay, not including tax? We'll bring up tax in a minute. So the first thing I want to do is to write an equation to find the price of the game. So I'm looking for the part because that's my selling price. So part, and if you want to just use, you know what, I'm going to just use P for part. Equals, I need, it's a markup, 1 plus the percent times the cost of the item. So there's my equation. So solve it. So here I already have P by itself, so I'm going to add those together. 1.4 times 30%, or times 30, sorry, which was my original cost. So 30 times 1.4 is going to give me the selling price is $42. All right, so that's what the selling price is. What was the total markup of the video? Well, in other words, how much, when it says this, I want to know how much did it go up? So it went up, right? We ended at 42, we started at 30, it went up $12. You and your friend are discussing markup rate. He says that an easier way to find the total markup is by multiplying the wholesale price of 30 by 40%. Do you agree with him? Why or why not? Well, whether or not you think it's easier, that's up to you. But what he then has to do is to take it, and if he does this, 30 times 0.40, that gives you your $12. That's not the markup rate. That's the markup. That's not the selling price, because then you would have to go and add it to it to get the thing we got in the very beginning. So it's kind of up to you whether or not you think that's easier. So there really isn't one correct answer for that. All right, let's go up here for number 2. A $300 mountain bike is discounted. That means it's going to cost less. Then discounted again. So we're going to get 2 discounts for shoppers who arrive before 5 a.m. Find the sale price of the bicycle. So you actually have to kind of do this in 2 steps. So the first one I'm going to do is my discount of 30%. So my part, my selling price, this time it's 1 minus because it's going to cost us less. We're subtracting that. And it's $300. So my first selling price after the 30.7 times 300 is $210. Now I'm going to do my additional 10% off from there. So now I'm going to do it again. 1 minus, this time it's 0.10. But this is the price that I need, the 210, because we're taking the 10% off of that. So 0.9 times 210 means this final selling price of the bike is $189. In all, by how much has the bicycle been discounted? So we're going to take our original 300, where we ended up 189, and we're going to subtract those. which is $111. Okay? After both discounts were taken, what was the total percent discount? So now we're saying, we're going to use our equation again. I'm going to do part equals percent times whole. So I'm going to do 111 is the part that I saved. I'm looking for the percent times the original amount. So to get x by itself, I have to divide by 300. So 111 divided by 300 is giving me 0.37. So to turn that into a percent, it's 37%. Instead of purchasing the bike for $300, how much would you save if you bought it before 5 a.m.? We already did that. That was the same thing up here. We're saving $111. So this matches what we did up there. How much money am I saving? All right, let's try another one. Sasha went shopping and decided to purchase a set of bracelets for 25% off. Right, so that means it's going to be reduced. If Sasha buys the bracelets today, she will save an additional 5%. Find the sale price of the set of bracelets with both both discounts. So now we're doing the same thing that we did before. So I'm going to start with doing the 25%. I feel like I'm missing a number. Okay, so we're going to make up and we're going to pretend that the original price of those bracelets, we're going to make it $50. Sorry about that. Apparently we missed a number. So I'm going to now take, and I have to do my 25%. So the part that I'm looking for, it's a discount, so it's 1 minus my 50%, or my $50. So that's going to give me $37.50. So after the first discount, now they're $37.50. Now I have to do my additional. So my part, 1 minus 5%, 0.05. But again, this time I take it off of the $37.50. So that is giving me, now this is money, so we always round to the nearest penny, $35.63. The question wants to know, though, was how much money did she save? So now I have to do my subtracting, 50 minus my 35.63 is going to give me 14.37. That's your amount saved. All right, let's try another one. A golf store purchases a set of clubs at a wholesale price of $250. Then the store marked up the clubs 200%. Is it possible to have a percent increase greater than 100%? Yes. So let's figure out how to do this. So what is the retail price, right? That's our selling price. So price part is going to be, 1 plus this 200% as a whole number, so that's 1 plus 2. And then times my $250. So this price, this markup, more than doubled the price. It's actually 3 times what the price is. So $750. Is a percent increase of a set of golf clubs from $250 to $750 the same as a markup rate of 200%? Yes, we just figured that out. It's right there. All right. I think that's it. So these definitely can get a little complicated. It's about reading. It's about understanding what they're asking. So we're going to take a lot of time and make sure that we understand it. But maybe watch this video again. Make sure you're understanding what I'm talking about. And any questions, as always, bring them to class. Have a good night.